Hi, I'm Steve from Nearly Wild, and today I'm here with Nurbu. Nurbu, what's your full name?
Namaste.
Tashidulek.
My name is Nurbu Lama. I'm from Humla,
Right.
which is Western Nepal, and my ancestor actually came from Tibet,
Okay.
Western Tibet.
Right. So, great. Well, the reason I'm sitting in a big warm coat, I'm not in Scotland at the moment. I'm in Nepal, and I've been really lucky because we've been able to travel together for a couple of weeks, really. And during that time, I've learnt a lot from you about kind of your thoughts and perspectives on tourism. And I know you've worked in the industry for a long time. What sorts of things have you been involved in over the last, 25 years?
Yes. Actually, I'm very lucky enough to involve in this tourism sector. It is one of the best industry, I would say.
Right.
Best means like in terms of being and also getting benefit to the local people. From like a high 5-star hotel to the small tea house in the road, beside the trail. This industry is one of the best industry I chosen on it, and I'm very lucky to be part of this industry. And I have been like working for more than 25 years, in this industry. I love it, and I get a chance to talk to our international our group, know about their culture, telling about my culture, and sharing and caring, being together as a family, and at the end we are coming back with safely all these things.
And you're a guide, basically, aren't you? You guide people around different parts of Nepal. And so one of the things that's really struck me is your passion for trying to get tourists to actually look more deeply at the places they're travelling through. And the two things I think you've kind of emphasised and mentioned to me a few times, some is the wildlife, and just slow down and look at the wildlife. What's that bird? What's that animal? Why is that woodland on the hill? And the other is the cultural part, which you've got a real passion for, I think. Why is it so important that we spend more time?
What I also like to recommend, or what I like to tell our group, our international group, we have a very different culture.
Yeah.
Where, so come here, you are coming here to see the culture, nature, the diversity of Himalaya, how the people live, what do they eat, what kind of lifestyle they are going through.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, every minute is precious. Look for something. That small things can make you so happy. For example, like a small culture, people are dancing, singing a song, some bird, and environmental. You can see something very important things that you don't have it over there. So that's why I would like to let our guests to see that every moment is special. Take that chance. Look around. Every minute you see different. That is what you can take from our Himalaya.
And interesting. So do you think that that's the way that most tour groups actually view? Is that the way that most travel happens?
No. Usually, by the way, that I can also tell our one company called Nomadic Skies.
Nomadic Skies. Yeah.
That is Gavin is the in charge or owner. And I have been thinking before. I travel with many companies with our group, but what they are doing is like kind of rushing through, getting there to camp, and sleeping in the camp, eat and sleep, and next day go and rush somewhere, click somewhere, picture, and come back. But what I feel is this is not what what I really like to do. I want our clients to see slow paced, slow walk, then you'll see much more than. Like if you go like run to the mountain, and what do you get? Just a picture, but you don't get the culture, nature, the lifestyle, the people, things like that. That's why I also then talk to like our Gavin. Then Gavin also said to me, Nurbu, I want to do it like this.
Yep.
Are you agree or not? I said, absolutely. I love what I really it was my dream to make that like a team, especially like trip,
Yeah.
wonderful. People can take it. Our guests can take it. Wow, this is it. This is the trip I really wanted. This is the trip I really enjoyed.
Right.
So that is then I talk to Gavin, and Gavin says, okay, this is what I really like. If you are interested, I said, I will be with you.
Right.
Whatever I can
Yeah.
to make our guests, our client happy. People come here to take something, good things, enjoying things like that. That's I really try my best to.
Yeah. No, I think that's great, and I mean, I agree with you. I mean, having been now on a trip with Nomadic Skies, I think it's a great way of travelling slowly. In fact, it's not always slow. It's just more involved. And I was reflecting the other day that I've worked a lot, as you know, in other countries, and been very lucky to spend time in different cultures and a long periods, years sometimes. And I think what you've managed to achieve is a trip where in a few weeks you can give people that experience that normally you would only get if you go and live there. And I think that's, or working there. And I think that's really something quite special. And we're not doing this video just to promote Nomadic Skies, but I do think that the approach that Nomadic Skies is taking has been really interesting.
Exactly.
And it's fascinating that you, with all your experience, have felt that approach is so much better. And I was just reflecting, what you don't know is he also plays the drums, sings, and does all sorts of other things. But I think that approach that you take, it's not necessarily going slow, or it's not necessarily easy. I mean, some of the days are hard days walking, but it's that you're taking people inside the culture and inside the place that they're travelling. I wonder if there's anything that you think, is there anything we could do that would enhance that more? Is there anything that we could do that would maybe make more tourism like that?
For that, like, if like our international, my guests are, like to explore this kind of interest in this kind of, keen to know this kind of things, we will do that, And that's why like the making trip is kind of what our clients really like to have. And what I also feel is like a kind of, this is kind of make a different than the others. We want to have a different than what others do, So that makes sense that when our guests come, they say, oh, this is it. This is what I really love to come, what I really love to see, what I really enjoy, I really explore it. Like a flying tiny bird, like wandering, This is like wandering. You are like interested, enthusiastic to know more. You're interested to come here to like see. What is it? And that is there anything I can do to make that wonder as a practical, so that people can get these things, make worthwhile.
So that's really interesting. I mean, where you've covered quite a lot about the kind of what you can provide as a guide, and the way that you can help people inside, I suppose, understanding the culture and the place. But you obviously also rely on visitors who actually have got the interest, because then you can help culture and nurture that interest. But there's another element that you and I have talked about quite a lot, which is you mentioned before about the value that it gives to the community, to the places you're travelling through. Could you tell me a little bit more about that? I mean, why is it any different that I walk through and take some photographs, or that I walk through and listen to some drumming?
Yeah, as you said, this is very, very important, question, I feel, Like, the people come here to what I value is kind of that our culture is totally different, and that culture has lots of details, so that you can find the tiny things that makes you totally different. And for example, like, we go to the village, we let them connect with the people, and stay with them, get to know each other, try to understand their nature and culture, and let them feel happy that we are interested in their culture. So that because you are valuing our culture.
Right.
You know, you are valuing our culture. That means they feel, oh, our culture is something,
Right.
So that is what I really like to promote.
Right.
Our culture.
So they're getting more. So the visitor is getting more, but also the community are getting something because they're feeling valued. They're not feeling like somebody's just taking a picture of them.
Yes.
What about economically?
That is also like a big time, is like benefited economically because for example, if you do like this, like this kind of reporting or this camera photographing, at least you'll do something. You'll do in outside world.
Yep.
And we'll bring more people. When you see something, this thing, they will see. Oh, these are the place we can really go.
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe many people might don't know the place, where you can see the culture, nature, and the lifestyle, and the people really enjoy it. Not only our client, but as well as our village.
Right.
Wow, they are coming here to see our culture, nature.
Yeah.
They value us.
And there's something as well, though, it's that you were talked to me before about the if you're taking a bit more time and you're spending some time with those people, then you might meet the person who makes the drum, or you might meet the person who makes the carving, or you might stay in somebody's house instead of always staying in a tent, or you might. There's all those other opportunities that people are spending a little bit of money actually in the community. And one of the things that we talked about before is that there is always that possibility that if somebody's travelling with a company, actually most of the money is staying in the main city, or even in a different country, and it's not coming to that local community. Does that sort of fit with your experiences?
Yeah, actually, like as you said, like all the small part is coming in the village, but when you do like a slow pace, our tourists, that will actually benefit more, because we are getting going through that culture and that people, the place, and we also, not only that, we also like try to focus all our food like locally, organically.
Right. Okay.
They will get whatever we can get from available for them, and we can get from them.
Right.
So we also try to get generate some income for them as well.
Right.
Culture wisely, if we can get something for them, some food product wisely, we can buy from them.
Yeah.
Even though like tiny like tea house, we go there to have some tea. At least they get some few cups of tea, and they can earn from our tourism.
Yeah.
So this is really the slow pace of traveling.
Yep.
And going through this, all the culturally, every village, where is the that we can really experience these places. That is what I really do.
Right. So I'm getting a set sort of. It's almost like a series of jigsaw pieces that you're putting together. One is that you're slowing people down. The second is that you're actually getting a level of mutual respect.
Yes.
And proper meeting each other.
Yes. Yeah.
Rather than just hello, photograph, give me a drink. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
There's money going into the local economies because it might be small amounts, but they're really important because they're actually right down at the level of the individual villages you're travelling through.
Yes.
And you're having a much smaller, hopefully, impact on the environment and the natural world because you're buying your food as much as you can from within there.
Yeah.
You're trying to work with and through local systems and not damaging and so on and so forth. I start to see how that picture all comes together in the way that you see it happening. And I know as well, we've just been just a bit of an aside in a way, but we've also been just having a bit of a chat about the idea of looking at something very specific like the textiles and
exactly.
things.
Yes.
Just tell me a little bit about what you've been talking about there.
Like usually, as I said, I'm from Humla, Western Nepal, called Humla, and we have that texture It's unbelievable, you know. When our people come and see, we have unbelievable that texture, color, dyeing, veggie dyeing, all these things.
Yeah.
But made from their own people,
Right.
local people.
Right.
Like when you make kind of like a dress, like a male or female, when you make dress, we make like a dress, the fabrics out of sheep wool.
Okay. Right.
And also, if you make kind of rope or something like carpet, we make from the like goat hair,
Yeah.
yak wool.
Right.
You know,
Right.
these kind of thing we don't get from the outside. We get from our local materials we
Yeah.
use, and that is really, really, makes our clients like wondering. This is kind of very different.
Yeah.
How do you make? What do you? How do you make? You know, these kind of things also. I really also like to show.
Right.
Like to see our, international client can see our how do they live and what kind of only like when you make this kind of product or this kind of like fabric cloth or something, we use that fabric very special occasion.
Right.
Either like when our Rinpoche, High Lama came, or we have a big festival happening, that time we wear. So
Right.
that's why I think this culture and this place or this cloth, fabric or textile has a different value.
Right. Yes.
For
Yeah.
example, if I wear like this kind of this has no value.
Yeah.
But we don't wear, as I said, we don't wear every day. Daily wearing we have a different, but these kind of things we wear special occasion.
Right.
These kind of things I want to see our Western, our clients, international clients, to
Yeah.
see why this is it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why this is made for? Why is the value for? So then they can see and they can feel it. That is what I really
That sounds
love to
really
show
interesting.
again.
Yeah, no, that sounds really interesting because you're bringing together again that development, showing culture and showing how important it is, but getting recognition for it as well, getting support for it. So then the people themselves start to say, yeah, it is important. We should keep going with our own culture. Not,
Yes.
yeah, no, it's really interesting. Well, I've really enjoyed that conversation with you. I think that what you're doing and the work that you've done in the past, you've told me more about before, and also the work you're now doing with Nomadic Skies and so on. It sounds absolutely fascinating, and certainly the trip I've done with you has been really interesting.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate that. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention?
Actually, like I'm also like now I would say I can fully handle our international our guests, and in order to promote, in order to see show our culture and the place, like a diversity of culture, nature, all the environment. Not only as I said, not only promoting the culture, but we also like preserve our environment as well. Because of, as I said, we are we are like buying all the local product.
Yeah, yeah.
That is organic.
Yeah.
And also the environmental friendly.
Yeah, yeah.
So all this try to like ecotourism, ecologically, naturally preserve, not to destroy, but save something. So that we can give something in our next generation.
Yeah.
We can leave something for next generation. That is what I really try to do.
No, well,
from now.
Congratulations, because from what I've seen, you're doing a great job.
Thank you so
and
much,
I have to
Stephen.
say, he's really good to travel with. I tell you what, you really get looked after. But no, it's been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Stella. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure to to talk with you.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you came.
No, it's been
And
good.
I would like to, at the end, I would like to really thank you so much for giving me a chance, especially this like a hard time after we got a job from you. So I really appreciate from my heart. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.